Gets me every time.
My favorite thing about the commercial is Joel listing everything that we have and then going, we got a bunch of stuff. He listed everything. We have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats. That's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got. And much, much more.
And more. Corey Swope, is this a Sonic beat? Hey, listen, it's not what a Joel's best. I'm not gonna lie.
Pennsylvania, man. It's
not what a Joel's best. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Channel 11.
Hey, that one definitely felt like a boss fight on a Sega game back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm getting some serious Castlevania theme vibes. I can see that. Okay, I can see that. Relax there. Oh, dog. That's hilarious. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review.
That's funny.
Shout out to the super producer Joel Hope, man. Always giving us
man, doing his
stuff
thing,
to rock with, man. He's a great guy. We love him around here. We'll keep him around.
Great guy.
Let's keep this show moving along here, Jordan JC, because
oh boy,
apparently this was a story.
Yeah,
I don't really care about it because he is not a coach here anymore, and I don't think that how he addressed this really changed what Caleb said about it. But apparently, Matt Eberflus came out and was like, "Oh, Caleb, you a liar! You lying, Caleb Williams. Let me tell you about Caleb. Caleb, a great guy, but a terrible guy, horrible guy. This guy lies all the time. Absolutely a liar." I call him liar, liar, Caleb Fire.
Oh,
it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting better at the Trump.
Yeah, you are. You are. Yeah.
Working on it. But no, dog, like the Caleb Williams situation is has been an interesting journey since I guess the book was released, and we had heard some of these reports from reporters like Taylor Dahl before who had dropped this, but that the film watching was an issue for Caleb Williams, and that Matt Eberflus basically allowed this to go on. Matt Eberflus clapped back, I guess, if you will, at Caleb Williams. And it's a very Matt Eberflus answer. He says, but back to your other question about watching film and all that, I would say this, that in the development of the quarterback position, hold on, let me read this like Flus.
Yes, please do. Please.
All right, now, Crusher. Yeah, I mean, first off, back to your question about the film watching and all that, I'd say this, in the development of the quarterback position and really all positions, at my time with the Bears, we've always had daily coached film sessions. That was out there the entire time, in the entire year. So that's what I observed there, and that's what it was.
Typical.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. One, not what Caleb said.
Nope.
Literally, Caleb said, we watch film as a team. Not what Caleb said. The problem was he didn't know what he was watching when he was by himself. Or I shouldn't say he didn't know what he was watching. What he said was he didn't know how to watch film efficiently. He didn't know how to watch film to improve his game. He didn't know how to watch film to where he could take advantage of the mistakes that defenses were making the next time he saw them. And I don't even think this is a surprise when you heard, I take people back to when Thomas Brown did take over, when Brown Johnson did come into the building, right? Big shout out Thomas Brown.
Yeah, that's right. Legend.
Keenan Allen went on David Kaplan's podcast and basically said, the biggest difference is he told Caleb where his eyes should go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where your eyes need to go. That's the biggest difference. Because in 1 week of change, really in 2 weeks of change, we saw Caleb Williams go from a quarterback who looked like he was looking all over the world trying to find the right spot to, all right, at least I can move this football downfield efficiently. So for me, like, I don't think that what the heck was that?
See, you told me to leave it open. Now you're gonna get all type of
Wait a
noises.
minute. What kind of bird was that? Don't go outside, JC.
You know what?
Don't go
I got
outside, JC.
ravenous beast coming to my window now.
Bro, what was that?
That was actually the garbage truck. It just had, the screeching halt. The screeching halt of the garbage truck sounded like a bird.
I was like, JC, that's not a bird. That will murder you. That was a demon. Came
back with a vengeance. We're back. Oh God.
But no, man. I just think that in all of this, it doesn't matter because Matt Eberflus was wrong. He is not here, and he wasn't a good head coach. So why do we care?
You think?
Your thoughts.
My thoughts after listening to Birdzilla outside of my window. Well, here's the thing, because I got PTSD, and the way you said it, we got new birds outside. I flew shit. That's hilarious. Oh my God, whatever.
Eberflus have vengeance.
You got the two birds. We will have. Oh God, no! That damn reckoning is here. Eberflus is so Eberflusy. That's how I'm a dub it. It's so flusy for him to sit there and say that was throughout the entire year that we did have film, we watched film. That's where it was. It just reminds me of the locker room after after halftime when he got interviewed. He said, "Hey, so what'd you tell your team?" And told him, hey, that's the score. This is where we're at. We just gotta come together as a team.
Each other.
We've got each other, right? We've got each other. That's where it was.
Score.
What it is.
Told him you got each other, and get out there.
Yeah, just go back to Dallas, guy.
Bro, you know what Flus is on par with? You know what he's on par with? Have you ever seen the mic'd up Darvin Ham coaching highlights?
No, but I know you told me about one of them where you said something.
Bro, that man said, bro, call the timeout, bro. Call the timeout, said, hey, keep going hard on them boys. Salute.
What are you trying to do?
That was it.
Trying to get in with the young crowd or something? Is that what you're doing? Like, that's what you do as a coach. Here's my thing. Like Matt Eberflus can sit there and talk and defend, him and his staff, because that's essentially what he's doing, right? But to be fair, again, like you said, that's not what Caleb said. He said that he feels like he needed to react more. He felt like he wasn't reacting, and said it's more of a reaction game at that point in muscle memory, instead of just sitting there thinking so much about the rules and the different things like that. And it's the same thing with the last regime. If you remember, Justin Fields, under Matt Eberflus's reign, said, hey, I feel like I'm thinking too much on the field. They're cramming my brain with too much stuff. Like, I just want to play and react and feel free. So, of course, when you implement a legendary coach like Thomas Brown, who comes in and just said, oh, that's right, legendary. He comes in and he says, hey, I got the answer to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Unlocked. The potential has now been unlocked for Caleb Williams, thanks to Mike Brown, Meaty Brown, Ben Brown, whatever you want to call him. And now he's on to greater things, because this is this story doesn't mean anything to me. Matt Eberflus can be quiet. I don't care about what he has to say. Caleb Williams didn't really go hard on what he could have said, because we all know Shane Waldron probably still didn't go over plays the way that he was drumming up some of this offense and his schemes. It was all horrible. So that's just my thing, is let's move forward. I'm not worried about Matt Eberflus.
And listen, what I will say is this, though, and I do think that this story takes away your leeway, in my mind. The he didn't watch film with me, and that's what was holding me back. That's fine. All right, I'll ride with you on that. Let's go. He didn't watch film with you. I'll take your word for it. It looked like you didn't watch film. It looked like when you started watching film, you got better. So okay, let's follow that path. You watching film this year? I know you are. You got an insane maniac over there. You're not dealing with this.
Oh, you got it. You
got a play draw up. What a play call right here. You're not dealing with it. You're not dealing with
I
that.
don't know what I'm doing.
You're not dealing. That's a real picture. This one, the first one, is a real picture.
Oh yeah.
That's
I can see that.
what he did. Hey, bro, draw a play. No, you're dealing with this maniac.
That's right.
You gotta have fun.
Here's Benny.
So that's fine. If that's the story you want to go with, it better look like you watching film. It better look like you know what you're doing. It better look like you know what defenses are doing. Because you start the season off versus two defenses.
Yes.
That you should be able to recognize. You start the season off going up against the Minnesota Vikings, who you played twice. The second time it was not pretty. There was some other reasons on that, but the second time it was horrible. The first time you looked okay versus them and probably should have won. And then you're going up against Matt Eberflus, the dude that schemed defenses up against you every week in practice all last year.
Mm-hmm.
You better know what it looks like. You better look like you're watching film. Because all them excuses go out the door real quick in a moment. Because the first thing that's going to come up is, did you not know that he was going to be doing the zero blitz? Did you not know that he was going to be attacking in this manner? You've played him twice now. This is your third time playing him. That, to me, is where this is accelerating. I don't think it just stops with Caleb Williams. I'll be honest with you, JC, and hit that like button if you have not done so. Subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Where the head coaching situation is at right now, with everything that you've brought in, with bringing in the number one guy, I feel like if Ben Johnson is the answer, you're going to know right away. So my question to you, my question to the chat, how many games are you giving Ben Johnson where you go, yeah, this should look either good or we got to give him more time or whatever it is? How many games are you giving Ben Johnson to where you kind of going to go, this might be the guy or this might not be the guy? Are you giving him the full season?
Man, that is a really, really good question. I'll do it like this. I'll break it into quarters. I would say I would give him the first 2 quarters of the season. So that's half the season. I would give him half the season to really, really look right. I was almost tempted to say the first quarter because we're starting out in the division with 2 games, one against Minnesota and one against the team that he came from. And so when it comes to tendencies and things that you're used to seeing, Ben Johnson has seen throughout the entire division what it looks like, the defenses that have gone up against Detroit, and how he's dialed up the offense to dominate against those defenses. He's seen the Bears defense. He's seen the Vikings defense. He's seen the Green Bay Packers defense. He's also seen their offenses. And so as a head coach, I wouldn't give him a pass when it comes to that. Now, outside of the division, that's where I think he needs a little bit more, time to gel and see what happens. But because you're starting off the season with 2 games right here in your comfort zone, I feel like that should kind of get you going, in a sense, going upward, trending upward, I should say. But because it's all new, because he's trying to implement a new, foundation for this team, all new players, everybody's trying to, come together. It's all kumbaya right now. I'll give him to the half point of the season. So around the 8 or 9 game mark, that's when I think we should really see whether or not Ben Johnson has gotten his stuff together. If all of these hard hours and this maniac, moniker that the label that we've given him, and everybody's working hard, he's holding everybody accountable. We'll see if that actually, is up to task by that time.
Here's what I'll say. Where are the Bears at in this process? Are we in a rebuild? Or is the rebuild over?
Nah, we ain't rebuilding. We better not be rebuilding.
Is the rebuild over? Is this the year where we're saying the rebuild is over?
I'm not thinking it's a rebuild because yes, there's just a few holes on the team, but every team has a few holes left. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like we're completed.
I'm not saying it got to be perfect. Yeah, if the rebuild is over, he should be good.
Okay.
He should be good very fast. Case in point. Sean McVay came in. Season before, Rams were 4-12. They were horrible. They had I think Jeff Fisher was still the head coach. He was fired halfway through the season, a little bit past halfway.
Okay.
John Fassel finished out the season as the interim head coach. They did not have the team where they needed it, but the pieces were there. It just didn't feel like you had the head coach. You got the number one pick. You went out and you got Jared Goff, and all of a sudden the rebuild was over because you had your quarterback. But you got to give your quarterback time. Not in Sean McVay's world. Sean McVay hit the ground running. In his first 7 weeks of the season, he was 5-2 with a rookie quarterback. In that time, he played Andrew Luck. He played RG3. He played RG3 might not have been on the team at that point. There's Washington.
Washington?
Washington, actually. Which Washington? Oh, that might be RG3. Jay Gruden.
Was that Kirk Cousins though?
That might be Kirk. 2017 might be Kirk at that point. But you played San Fran. You played Seattle, the Legion of Boom. Played Jacksonville. You played Arizona. But immediately we went, oh, this dude knows what he's doing. Oh, snap, this dude can coach. Oh, he might be a problem. Kyle Shanahan. I have it on good authority on Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
I do. This guy punches people.
He does. Should have brought him here.
Kyle Shanahan came in, had a couple of years of rebuild that he had to go through. Once the rebuild was done, that next season, the San Francisco 49ers are 13-3. They go to the NFC title game, and they get to the Super Bowl. Immediately, you went, Kyle Shanahan can coach. This guy knows it. This guy gets the offense. It doesn't take long for this to hit. And I know people are going to bring up the Dan Campbell situation. The Dan Campbell situation is the anomaly. It's why the Dan Campbell situation is interesting. It's not normal for you to suck for 3 years or 2 years, 2.5. And then all of a sudden, boom, we flip the switch and we're on the
out of nowhere. Yeah.
That's not the norm. And so to me, I think usually when you see guys be good, when you saw Matt LaFleur, when you saw name Kevin O'Connell, pretty quickly you were like, oh, dang it, that guy's a nice young coach. I like that.
Mike McDonald. Yeah.
So to me, there should be that. Let's hit the ground running. Let's get it done very quickly. Early on, we should know whether Ben Johnson is the right guy or not. And I'm not saying it can't turn around if he's not the right guy. I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and be like, this is the worst hire we've ever made if he's not the right guy. But you should know this is the guy that is going to lead us for the next few years at least into a better direction.
Yeah, and we've seen that throughout the years with a lot of teams going, whether it be from worst to first or just improving from one season to the next, whether it be the strength of schedule or the weakness of the schedule. Of course, that's not in our case. We know last year we actually had a very, very soft schedule to start, and then it kind of went into a stronger on the back end. This year, there's no excuses, which is why I kind of give it a little bit of a little leeway, even though I probably shouldn't. With Ben Johnson being the first-year coach and kind of getting his feet wet with that, is because the challenge is going to be the teams that you're facing that have already been kind of like together for such a long time. You're facing some really, really good teams this year, and there's not that much of a drop-off from week to week. We talked about a few of the teams that you might take advantage of where we know like, oh, okay, that might be a walkover. Maybe it might be the New York Giants. Maybe it might be the Las Vegas Raiders. Those type of teams. Yes, okay, you can feast on them, hopefully. Still NFL team at the end of the day. But my thing is, because of your experience and your knowledge of your division and the teams that you've been facing for the last 3 years, twice, or rather, I should say 6 times every season, that's where I have the confidence that Ben Johnson can get this on the up and running very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Along with the fact that the roster's turned over really well. I mean, of course, we talked about it, exhaustingly. We have a better offensive line. We have better players on the defensive line. The trenches have gotten so much more improved that's where the confidence comes from the interior on both sides. We've improved vastly, and so that's where you gain a lot of trust that this thing can kind of get going very quickly. Of course, we have talent in droves at the wide receiver position. We know Caleb is a year stronger and a year hopefully more mature and understands, like we just talked about, what he's seeing on the field. All of these things factor in, and so I think that's what's going to contribute to Ben Johnson possibly getting this thing up and running quickly.
And I'll be honest with you, if we're looking at some of these previous situations, Jay-Z, like Ben Johnson is in a better spot, right? I look at McVay because I really do think Ben Johnson is one of the smartest people in the NFL. I think he's one of the offensive geniuses that we talk about in the NFL. Look at the McVay situation. Year before McVay shows up, you've got Case Keenum on the team, but just about everybody else is there. Todd Gurley's there. Tavon Austin's still on the team. Tyler Higbee's still on the team. I thought Tavon Austin was going to be that dude. You got Aaron Donald on that team. Yeah, I mean, like there's all of these pieces that are already on the team. You swapped out one name. You go out and you draft Jared Goff, his rookie season. Jared Goff on the team there. He goes for 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Everybody else the same. Todd Gurley's still there. You did add Sammy Watkins, but Todd Gurley's still there. Tyler Higbee's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you made subtle changes to the team, but you swapped out the head coach and you swapped in a guy who knew what he was doing. Not to say Jeff Fisher is an unintelligent coach. I think the game just kind of passed Jeff Fisher by. But to me,
he had his moments. Yeah,
Jeff Fisher was a great coach in his heyday, but the game kind of changed for him, and he didn't.
Yeah,
I mean he didn't adjust with it well, I should say. But you add two pieces, one being a rookie quarterback, and very quickly things changed for you. You don't have a rookie quarterback. You've got a quarterback that has the advantage of having seen everybody in this division. You've got a quarterback who has the advantage of playing a full season in the NFL, taking 68 sacks. He should know every direction the hits are coming from.
Up, down, left, right.
Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, he should know every single direction that a defensive lineman is going to attack from. I'm in my room.
Oh my God! Watch out, Caleb.
Look at Caleb. Look at Caleb. No.
He don't even have the ball. He looks frightened. He's like,
no.
I didn't even notice that in this picture until now.
I just never paid attention to Caleb.
Oh my God.
Like that to me is just like, you know what I mean? Like there is a semblance. I shouldn't even say a semblance. There's a good team that has been built here that was incompetently used. And dare I say, I just realized Case Keenum was on that team. Case Keenum's on our team now.
Yeah.
Case Keenum was 28 then. My God. In case you're getting
traveling, world traveler, man.
But it's just I think situations like that, dare I say, a situation where Case Keenum can help you after going through that situation as well. Like there's so many things that are in favor for Ben Johnson that I do expect him to be good early on. It doesn't mean that he has to be 4-0 by the bye week. Your bye week's week 5.
Would be nice.
But it does mean we should be sitting here, looking at if you are 2-2 going, you were in every one of those games, and you had an opportunity to win them because you were able to score right with them. Some other thing was the reason you lost this game, but it shouldn't be Ben Johnson. Like that's how I feel about him coming into this first season, because we kept waiting for that with Flus. We kept waiting for that. I guess Nagy kind of hit the ground running and fell off. But we keep waiting for that with these head coaches going, well, maybe this is the year he turns it around. And it never is. It never is. Like Dan Campbell's the anomaly.
Yeah. You made a very good point that I didn't even think about when you talk about the competence. I understand that obviously we want to win. You're saying, when we get to the bye week, possibly being, 500, hopefully 3-1. Hey, maybe 4-0. That would be really, really nice. Then we would be like, oh yeah, this guy's, he's off and running. My thing is, what does the losses look like? What are the games that are obviously going to be a challenge in the season? Which is why I said at the half point, I'm trying to remember when we play Baltimore and when we play Philly. But those two games are the ones that stick out in my head. Specifically, is Philadelphia and Baltimore obviously being the challenges.
Well,
one obviously being the
both
Super Bowl winner. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know. I'm being meaty with that take. But if we're being
November
realistic,
28th, we play the Eagles and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
On Thanksgiving? No, it can't be. We won't play on Thanksgiving this year, right?
No.
Day before Thanksgiving, maybe. Oh, that's that Saturday, I think, right? And then we play Baltimore October 26th.
Okay. So Baltimore first then.
Baltimore
October. Okay, yeah. My thing is those two again stick out of my head. I think that how do those matchups look? Now, if you win, that'll go a long way in my confidence. Obviously, if Ben Johnson gets it, Ben Johnson has he clearly is up there in the tier of top coaches already because he's found a way to beat a team that is ready to win it all, and one team that has won it all is your Super Bowl champ. So if you find a way to stay in a game with the likes of an Eagles, with the likes of a Ravens, that's what would impress me the most. So that's what my question is: what do the losses look like?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? Like Flus was losing in unimaginable ways. And like I keep saying this. Like when you talk about generational, generational loser, baby.
Yep.
I mean, dominant. I've never seen somebody lose like Matt Eberflus.
Legend.
Legendary losses, bro. Matt Eberflus's losses will be talked about for a millennia. Like his losses are crazy. But to your point, right? That Ravens game, you will have 6 games under your belt. You will have the bye week in there. I believe that comes in week 8, right? So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 bye week, 5 or 6, 7, 8. So that is week 8. So that's kind of at the end. That's your 7th game. It's kind of at the end of that 7-game trial run that I talked about, where you're like, all right, let's see. You should know by now. You should know if he's getting out coached. You should know if he's getting if the team is getting outplayed by then.
Right.
Like, I get it. You may be playing a better football team, but are you better coached? I've seen a lot of better coached teams beat better football teams. And I'm not even saying you got to go out there and destroy the Ravens. Like, the Ravens are the freaking Ravens. Who's going to catch Lamar Jackson? Nobody on this team is catching Lamar Jackson. There's not a single player on this defense that's catching Lamar Jackson.
Maybe Ruben Hippolyte with his 4-3.
You know what?
If he gets the right angle on him.
You know what? Maybe Ruben Hippolyte can keep up with Lamar Jackson. That's about it.
I'll be impressed. If he tackles Lamar on a run, I'll be like, all right, that's our guy.
Hey, you know what? Well done. Well done. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, they got to get the right angle on him because he's still faster than him.
Yeah, that boy different, bro. That boy different. Lamar just, what's hilarious about Lamar is knowing where he started is like, I'm just a runner. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to make it work. Yeah. So now, like, he flicks his wrist, a football flies 60 yards directly into the hand of the receiver. It is kind of insane watching this guy. Like, bro, he's one of the craziest quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life.
No, that I only saw that with Mike Vick, where I felt like he could just and then to go 100 yards. Like for me, that was
with other quarterback. Aaron Rodgers could do that. You know what I mean? I've seen that with other quarterbacks.
Yeah, but the effort, it was like effortless. Like Aaron feels like he puts his whole body into the throw. Lamar and Mike Vick, they just use like a flick of the wrist and it goes like 200,000 miles. Like it just looks different. It looks different. It's special. Oh, shout out to Auntie Dish.
Shout out to Auntie Dish. Right? Little sis in the building, man. It's getting sticky is a wild statement to drop after that. It's what the heck is going on? Is that a new music thing? I don't know what that means.
Sticky.
Is that a song that I'm unaware of?
Yeah. That's
okay.
Well, it's been out for a second now, actually.
Okay, who sings that? I don't know that.
I forgot.
I don't like
actually.
where this is going.
You
know who it is. You know who it is.
You
just don't want to say.
I'm not saying nothing. Hey, Auntie Dish, salute.
Oh, I actually do know this song. You could have said this is Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler and Cook.
Yeah, that's wild. That's still wild. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in the show. That's how we're going to end this show. Shout out Relentless Mikey. Oh, my. Someone said, Dave, Pat, how old are you? You don't know that song. You know what? It's honestly,
I forgot it for a second, too.
Out of context. Just seeing that written, it was just like, what the heck is going on? But I get it. I get it. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. When do you think Ben Johnson needs to be hitting the ground running? When should we see Ben Johnson looking like that guy? We'll keep you guys posted in the comments as well. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. Well, peace.
Some in my group chat, man, they posted this picture of Tyrese Halliburton looking like Will Chamberlain, but he's got a 0 on the paper instead of 100. I was like, man, that's messed up, man. He's gonna be a joke for a second now on Twitter. He better come out and play good. Game 6, he better get it right.
That boy looked horrible. I told y'all though, put that boy in the torture chamber.
What?
Mike Dadno finally figured it out. Put him in the torture chamber. That boy was going from Lou Dort to Alex Caruso.
Yeah, that's deadly. That is deadly.